Hi and welcome back to Rideshare Buddy UK. My name's Kevin and today is a tips and tricks video. How can you maximise your earnings on Uber? And I'm going to look how you do that on Uber by blocking passengers. Because by blocking passengers, you can really increase your efficiency and your earnings. So let's have a quick look at how you do that. Now, one of the things you've got to remember, especially now, I mean, I've done this for quite some time, so I've got some really nice, easy jobs on Uber. I don't get stuck with people who keeps you waiting. Don't get stuck with bad destinations that takes you for ages to get in and out of, and things like that. This all slows you down and reduces your earnings. Now, it's the middle of March 2025 and we're only 2 weeks away from the new national minimum wage, which is £2.21 an hour, I think it is, or something like that. Most employers, Tesco's, Lidl's, will be increasing their wages to around £2.50 to £2.80 an hour. So quite a good, decent jump. But as an Uber driver, you know that Uber has just reduced fares to drivers by about 20 to 30%. So you're getting squeezed at the top on your income by Uber, and you also get squeezed on your expenses, which is used to work out whether you get your national minimum wage entitlement or not. Because the Inland Revenue has not increased their car expense simplified allowance of 45p a mile and 25p a mile for 14 years. So you're getting squeezed at the bottom end, you're getting squeezed at the top end, and it's the reason why so many drivers are going to find it hard and will struggle to earn the new national minimum wage. But by filtering your passengers, by using the blocking function on the app, you can boost your earnings and try and improve your earnings, because the only thing you as a driver can do to compensate for this cut in wages from Uber and the increase in national minimum wage is to increase productivity. You've got no option of increasing your earnings unless you get your own operator's license or go to a local company. So I'm going to show you how, if you play it right, you can boost your earnings by rating passengers 1, although now I believe in the app you can block riders by rating 3, which is probably a fairer way of doing it, because you're blocking the riders not because they're particularly bad, but because they're just not cost effective to carry. So let's have a closer look at what I do to boost that up, and let's have a look at the impact of that. On Sunday, my online earnings rate was £44.80 an hour. On Saturday it was £44.10 an hour. Now that's just online time, no, that's on active time, hourly rates. Because I'm multi-app, I have other apps, so I can't really do an online time or active online time because I have other apps that I'm running. Back on Bolt, and of course I have Taxi Caller. But just for Uber active time, £44.85 on Sunday, £44 on Saturday. Sunday was quite good because of the racing at Chepstow. But let's look at how I do and try and really boost up my earnings when I'm active with Uber. So there's 3 main reasons why I will rate a passenger 1, or I'll now rate them 3 and block, to help improve my efficiency. It's a numbers game in Uber. Can't do personality or being personal with anything like that. This is purely the numbers game. First reason is taking too long to get in or out of the car. Now, Uber gives riders, I believe in this area, 6 minutes free waiting time at pickup. That's free for the rider, free for Uber, but it's not free for you. That's your time you're going to lose money on. So some drivers will say, well, wait for the time up, hit the cancel, and get your cancellation fee of £3.50, I think it is here. And that's great, except that passengers who tend to wait till the very last minute of their free waiting time before they come out will tend to do it quite often and wherever they are. It's a passenger trait. If they're going to be late, they're going to be late. So getting that £3.50 for that one time is great, only you can still get that passenger time and time again. And when you take into account running to the job, waiting 6 minutes, cancelling, running to the next job, it's not paying money even though you get a £3.50. It's just not good, efficient time. So I will wait for them to come out, even if it takes 10 minutes, and they get in the car. If they don't cancel, they'll get in the car. I'll take them where they want to go, and I block them. I rate them 1, it'll be 3 now, and block. Because I don't want to be even going to them in another job, because that travel time costs me money in time, and it costs me money in fuel, and sitting around for 6 minutes costs me money. So those passengers who are late or take too long to get into the car, they just get blocked. Full stop. They just get blocked. So that's the way it is. So that's one way you can really improve your efficiency and reduce the impact of slow passengers. Just block them. You're not going to lose any money out of it. It's one way of doing it. Okay, the second one that I'll block or ban riders on will be destination or pickup place. For instance, this is mainly to do with cul-de-sacs and dead-end streets. Newport has a lot of streets which have been turned into dead-end for traffic management reasons. Those streets are quite narrow anyway, but when you've got cars parked on both sides of that street, you have no options of doing a 3-point turn. A lot of time, any turning circle that's there is being used as car parking, so you can't do that. You can't get out that way either. What you have to do is reverse back, and nine times out of 10 you're reversing back into a busy main road, causing you problems. If there was a turning circle or in the cul-de-sac, residential cul-de-sac, again, most of the time what you'll find is what should be the turning circle at the top of the road has been turned into a car park, so you have to reverse back out. Again, that slows you down. If you can do a 3-point turn and you can get out of the road in a minute and a half, that's great. But 9 times out of 10, if you can't, you have to reverse out, it can take you 3 or 4 times longer. So you could be spending 10 minutes reversing down and waiting for space in the traffic to reverse out into, if you can see space. So any roads like that where I'm going to or going from, if I'm picking up passengers from there or taking them to roads like that, where my flow of driving is interfered with because of having to reverse out of tight spaces because there's no turning circle, I'll score a 1 or I'll score a 3 and I'll block. Because it's 3 or 4 times longer to get out of a road than it is to get into the road. It's no good. It may sound only a few minutes, but you add up those minutes over a week and you could earn an extra £30 a week from doing this. And with Uber rates being as low as they are, every minute counts. Uber rates don't pay you to mess around on reversing down roads, tight roads, reversing out into traffic on busy roads. They don't pay enough rates for you to do that. So just block them, and you eventually, very quickly in fact, you'll very quickly not pick up or take people out to those sort of roads. And that can help boost your earnings. And the third and final one is routes. The route that Uber takes will determine whether I give a passenger a 1 or block them. Because I need to block a lot of routes that Uber takes. Uber loves single country lanes with passing places. Because while you can only maybe do 20 mile an hour, 10 mile an hour sometimes if you're behind a tractor, Uber thinks you can do 60 miles an hour because that's the national speed limit. So this is particularly around Caerphilly, Cwmbran, Risca, sometimes Betsy. If it takes me out into the lanes, I'll do it, and then I'll block the passenger. I'll scrum a 1 or 3 and block. And get rid of those routes, because those routes are not efficient routes. They take time that Uber doesn't pay you to take, because it thinks you can do 60 mile an hour down there, but you can only actually do 20 and 10 or less, and then you have to end up reversing back sometimes to passing places. So routes, waiting time, destination stroke, pick up places are all things that I'll rate passengers on and block passengers on if they're not conducive to a nice, easy flow of work. You have to. It's a numbers game. That's what Uber plays. Uber plays a numbers game, and as it cuts your earnings and cuts your income, because it wants to pay shareholders, and you're the one who's going to take the hit, you have to get more productive, and you have to pass that hit onto passengers by blocking passengers who aren't cost effective. Nothing personal, it's all about the money at the end of the day. If you want to earn national minimum wage, especially now that it's going up in April in a couple of weeks, you've really got to sort of get a little bit more tighter, a little bit more stringent, a little bit more stricter on what jobs you accept and what jobs you really need to block, so you don't get those passengers or those routes or those destinations again. So that's it. That's my second tips and tricks video, all about using blocking to help boost your efficiency in being an Uber driver.